guys, AstroCass here, back with a quick astrology update. This one is for the upcoming full moon in Capricorn. In Australian, so like Sydney, Australian Eastern Standard Time, which is where I'm from, this is happening at 4:37 a.m. roughly, on the 14th of July. So when we're looking at this full moon in Capricorn, we really want to dive into that earth sign, because Capricorn is an earth sign. So this is all about possessions, stability, money, your career, all of those sorts of things can pop up. Obviously you need to look at your natal chart to see how this is impacting you individually. And what I'm talking about is just like the collective energy from this full moon. So Capricorn is a very goal orientated, it's ruled by Saturn, and Saturn's all about restrictions, dedication, about growth, growing up. It can represent the father, like Saturn can represent the father as well as the sun represents the father in astrology. Saturn's all about those foundations and making sure we've got strong foundations. It's all about our karma as well. So yeah, it's a really amazing planet that does allow us to grow quite a fair bit, but you've got to do the hard work and put in effort to get the rewards from Saturn. And that's kind of what Capricorn's all about. It's like the sea goat. It's like taking those steps up the mountain to reach the top of the mountain, which is your goal, and it's always working on their goals. It can come also across as sometimes a little bit cold or standoffish, because they are so career driven, probably not as emotional as a lot of the other signs, and they are really as well, like it's all about time as well. So they're like just things that are traditional, things that are stand the test of time. So whenever Saturn's involved or Capricorn's involved, this is all about things like government, our foundations, traditions, all those sorts of things. So yeah, that's just a little bit about Capricorn. But obviously the sun is over in Cancer, which is opposite the moon in Capricorn. The sun's also with Mercury in Cancer, so they're doing a little conjunction there. Mercury is all about our communication, news, learning. It's our thoughts, can be the media and stuff like that as well. So the sun is usually our ego, our confidence, our vitality. It's where we're shining and how we're shining. So in Cancer's the mother, it's our home, it's our ancestry. It can be that very feminine, nurturing energy there. It's all about safety and protection, and it's a water sign. Whereas Capricorn's more about our career, work, our reputation. It's more of like the father energy. So you've got that opposition going on. And as I said, with the moon, and the moon is our emotions and our, I guess sometimes it can be our inner self as well. And the mother is usually reflected in the moon, whereas the father's the sun a lot of the time, and obviously Saturn. But the moon is with Pluto in Capricorn, so they've got a little conjunction happening there. So Pluto is all about crisis, chaos, transformation, rebirth. It can be about death. To me, what stands out when I see the moon with Pluto, it's kind of, especially in the sign of Capricorn, it's kind of showing me that because the moon's in its fall in Capricorn, and with Pluto, it's almost like there's a hardening of our emotions or our heart center. It's almost like it's calcifying, and so it's really important to make sure that we're expressing ourselves in a really healthy way, and trying to do a lot of inner work and healing, and just make sure that we're really self-aware, especially if we're feeling a little bit, I guess, with our emotions, like a bit standoffish, a bit cold, our emotions are a bit harsh or harder than what they usually are. Definitely pay attention to that, because opposite where the sun and Mercury is, and they're in Cancer, which is the sign that the moon usually rules, that's very fluid and expressive with the emotions, and shows a lot of emotions and affection. So keep all that in mind with this full moon. Another thing I will mention is obviously Uranus is also playing a bit of a role in this full moon as well. So Uranus, which is in Taurus, is making a sextile to the sun and a trine to the moon. So sextiles are all about, you know, a harmonious opportunity with the energy that's flowing between those planets. So there's an opportunity if you take action on something. That's what that little aspect's all about. So with the sextile between Uranus and the sun, there could be like a sudden idea that comes to you. There could be sudden changes that happen, because Uranus is all about rebellion. It's, you know, our higher octave for our thoughts and brain. So brilliant ideas, or, you know, sudden out of nowhere ideas. Also just sudden events occurring. Uranus is like lightning fast, and just, you know, chaos and things just unexpectedly happening, or thoughts unexpectedly coming to us. So you can have some of that energy happening. When it's in Taurus, these things can be about our money and stability and self-worth. And with the sun being in Cancer, it's about potentially our home, our family, the mother archetype, our emotions. So keep that in mind. And then when you've got Uranus trining the moon, Uranus again is all about those sudden changes, chaos, things being unexpected things happening. Especially in Taurus, again, it's about the money, possessions, stability, self-worth, those sorts of things. The moon being in Capricorn is about our emotions and the goals and our needs, and our foundations, our career, reputation. The trine means that, you know, there's harmony between the planets, a very easy flow of energy. Whereas the sextile is more about an opportunity. With trines, there's usually something positive that happens, or there's something that can be very easily obtained if we put in, you know, just a little bit of effort, because that harmonious aspect makes it really, really easy for us to achieve, you know, really great energy flow between those two planets. Then you've pretty much got the same thing happening with the sun trining Neptune, and Neptune's in Pisces. So with that again, the sun being in Cancer, it's about our home, family, safety, the mother, those sorts of things. With Neptune being in Pisces, that's all about our spirituality. It's about compassion. It can be about self-sacrificing or sacrificing. It can be about our dreams. It can be about our sleep. It's, you know, illusions, delusions. It's also films and, you know, romance and all those sorts of things as well. So I would be expecting some really creative, you know, spiritual, dreamy like ideas, you know, happening, or events happening between those two planets. So I think it's going to be very interesting to see how that energy plays out. And again, you'll need to check out your chart to see how it happens for you. But definitely that Neptune is sending a lot of creativity and, you know, spiritual vibes over to the sun in Cancer to help out with this. And then you've got a sextile between the moon and Neptune. Again, Neptune is giving our emotions that, you know, maybe are a little bit hardened, as I mentioned before. A little bit of, I guess, because it's a positive aspect, it can be a little bit of creativity, a bit of romance. It can bring, you know, really great dreams and ideas into our emotions, especially for the goals that we're going after. So those Capricorn goals and our emotions around them, that Neptune is going to give us, you know, some really dreamy ideas and some really dreamy goals and some creative inspiration to help with those goals that we've got. And then we've got obviously Pluto opposite the sun, so there can be you know, control issues, power issues with that Pluto, especially towards the sun, which is our ego, it's our self-identity, our vitality, and that's obviously in regards to our home and family. You know, there could be like a boss, or there could be the government or some kind of institution where someone has like power and control over us, and, you know, is kind of, you know, making things a little bit challenging, because oppositions kind of mean that there's a bit of a tug of war going on between the planets. So the Sun and Pluto are like, you know, kind of pulling at each other. So they really struggle for both of them to be both planets to be working well and using that energy at the same time. It's usually, you know, Pluto working really strongly and taking, you know, a lot of the pull in the tug of war, and kind of there's control issues, maybe authority issues going on there. And then other times you've got the Sun that might be pulling and winning the tug of war over, you know, in Cancer with our emotions, our home, our family, those sorts of things. So it's a bit of a back and forth tug of war kind of thing happening. And then, yeah, that's pretty much everything, because I mentioned already Pluto being conjunct the moon. So that's a lot of the aspects that are going on, and just giving you a little bit of a rundown on it for this full moon. And as I said, it's in an earth sign, so it's definitely about our money, our reputation, career, working, those practical earthy things, tangible things. What I would recommend doing for the full moon is, you know, cleansing, releasing any kind of like little ritual you're wanting to be doing. This full moon does have some challenging aspects, but it's also got some really good helpful aspects there as well. But it does seem a little bit harder than a lot of the other new moons and full moons that we've been seeing. So collectively, this energy, you know, can be very, I guess, chaotic and transformative, and there can be challenges. But there's also some positive aspects as well. Again, check out your natal chart. If you need any support or have any questions, I'll put my information below. I do astrology chart readings, transit readings. I do a lot of different things. So yeah, definitely read my information below and reach out if you want a reading or any support with that, especially astrology stuff, or, you know, I do tarot and oracle cards and stuff like that as well. So if you enjoyed this quick little update in this little video, definitely subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of it, and give us a like if you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.